Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Too Heavy Wrestling Podcast. You have myself, Randy. We have Eddie. We have Zach joining us today, all the way from his birthday.
He's in the birthday chair.
So before we get started into wrestling, Zach, how does it feel to be older? I know I just asked you, but maybe you'll give a real answer this time.
That is my answer.
How old
Just feels
how
like
old is he?
another day. How old is he? He's
Another
25
day,
now.
another year.
You're 25?
27.
I was going to say
27.
you were 27. Why do you say 20? I'm like, am I wrong?
Try to take away a couple of years from him.
Ugh.
So I need to be more immature.
I think I'm
Yeah.
diabetic now after doing that, by the way.
That was such a dude. All
Do
at
I have
once?
to cut that?
No. The thing is, like, you guys missed it the way that he licked the icing and it fell on his shirt and absolutely scared the bejesus out of him.
Went like this when the icing fell.
So, all right, but enough about cupcakes and birthdays. We got wrestling to talk about. First off,
Are you about to do that thing I like?
You like that?
possibly,
Well, no, I don't. But just for
possibly the greatest in-ring return to have ever graced God's green earth and God's greatest sport. My hopes and dreams have come true, much to the chagrin of maybe everyone else in this room. We got Nia Jax back, and she's ready to dominate the women's division. She's already taken out Rhea Ripley. She's already taken out Raquel Rodriguez. We're going to injure everybody. I'm so happy right now. Y'all knew I was going to have to talk about
I mean,
this.
you know that was our
Thoughts?
first reaction whenever it happened was, what's Randy's reaction?
Thoughts?
I think this ranks up there with the greatest. Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 8.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior at WCW, whatever.
Probably Starrcade. Everything happens at Starrcade.
Ultimate Warrior at
Or Halloween Havoc. Stop
Ultimate-
comparing Nia Jax to the Ultimate Warrior. She's much better, injures less people.
I wanted to run down to
Hey,
the ring.
do you
like
wanna
the
know
Ultimate
something?
Warrior, though.
What?
She injured the first two people she came in
I
contact
know,
with.
she took out
Did she
Rhea
actually?
Ripley.
Like, really?
I wasn't kidding. She bruised or cracked Rhea Ripley's ribs, and she gave Raquel Rodriguez whiplash. She's taking out this whole women's division. She's coming for the titles.
Why does she have to be the way that she is? I want her to
Because-
run down to the ring like the
because-
Ultimate Warrior and do the.
Like,
Because, and I want you to look at me in my
honestly,
eyes when I
hold
say
on.
this, she's not like most girls.
hey, she has a different theme now.
Who cares?
What
She's
is
not
it?
like most girls.
It still says it, but it's not like it doesn't start, not like most
Yeah.
girls. But seriousness, though, is that as much as I don't necessarily like Nia Jax, sorry, Randy,
Shut up. Go on.
I think it was needed,
What was
because
needed?
her return.
Yeah, it was.
There isn't a force that is the irresistible force like her that's going to take out Nia Jax or take out Rhea.
Yeah, and she's gonna topple that hold of it. She's gonna hold the world championship. She's gonna take the women's tag champions from Nia. She is Nia from Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. After she injures them, she's gonna take Dom's North American title. She's
That I would
coming
be
for all the
okay with.
gold.
This is how you get Nia over. Like Al Snow did, she needs to have a match with herself and throw herself through a table. And I think,
And injure
just
herself.
maybe, because #1 contenders match.
Between her and her.
She can't lose, and, well, no, she can lose
She
and
can't
she can
lose
win.
and won't win.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing that we need to make sure we keep in mind moving forward. The women's division now has a necessity to step up to the level of performance that Nia Jax is about to provide.
It's not a coincidence that Becky Lynch went back to NXT the same week Nia came back.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get shoot punched in the nose again.
Again, why is she the way that she is?
she'll take that NXT Women's Championship right off of the man.
Like, she's from a family who knows how to really wrestle.
Like for
Like,
how much
really
I've
well.
liked for how
Yeah.
much I've liked Michael Cole recently, he's saying too many keywords with her.
Is he?
The irresistible force.
He's got a
Oh.
seller, you know. She's
I
gonna
know,
be
but it's the same thing
Like,
now every week.
Because here's the deal. There's a new main character in the WWE now. It's no longer Roman Reigns. It's no longer Cody Rhodes and his story. Everything is about to revolve around Nia Jax and the domination that she's about to exude over the next 6 months to a year.
Look, Humaga was 350 pounds and jumping off the top rope and splashing people.
Yeah.
He didn't hurt that many people, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Look, if you want to say he's weak, then say he's weak.
No, I'm saying Nia Jax just does things without thinking about it.
No, she does things
If,
very
if anyone got
meticulously.
bruised ribs, I thought it was going to be Raquel taking the Samoan drop to the floor.
Yeah, that was a nasty Samoan
Like,
drop.
even Yokozuna would, like, stop himself a little bit, unless he actually hated the person.
Oh, it looked like
Does
she
Nia
straight
Jax
up
hate
sat.
everybody?
It's not about whether or not Nia Jax hates everybody.
He's
It's
so committed.
It's about whether or not they deserve to not be injured. And if Nia Jax is going to start handing out receipts to injure people because they don't belong in their current position in the card, then that's up to her because it's Nia's world. We're just living in it.
Who deserves to be... Okay, so she is the only person who deserves to be in her position.
If
On the
that
Raw
position,
roster,
if
Her
that,
and Nikki Cross.
if that position, who wants to play with Nikki?
honestly, out of all the releases that we got this week, I'm surprised Nikki wasn't in it.
We do need to talk about the releases. We've
Yeah.
talked about returns, Nia Jax. But to answer your question, if that position is at the top of the card, then yes, she's the only person that belongs there, right? Does anyone have the list of releases pulled up that we can go over?
I
Or do we just
know
wanna
all
cover
the
the top?
notable ones.
I can go over someone I was surprised that didn't get released real fast, but his partner got released.
Oh, you thought they were gonna release Drew?
Thought they were gonna release Cedric.
Oh, okay, the wrong tag team. Yeah,
I mean,
Drew?
I mean,
Matt Riddle.
No, but okay, that's not a tag team. Nope, still no. Nope, not convinced. No,
You're telling
you
me-
can't.
You're telling me Mick Riddle wasn't a tag team?
What the hell did you just say?
Mick Riddle.
Was that what he was calling it?
Yes,
I don't,
that was on
I don't
TV.
I don't care about wrestling right now.
Yes,
Why?
Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle's tag team was called Mick Riddle.
What the actual? Oh, he must be thrilled then.
Yeah.
But that's
So-
over with.
Cedric thing, I can understand why it was Shelton over him. Shelton's
Yeah.
had a 20-year career plus, and Cedric
I
is young
wish-
enough that he can still
Yeah.
get something out of it.
He can have a Ricochet level career, go get a mid card belt, and then have some highlights or something. But I think Shelton Benjamin could have had a career renaissance. I think he still can if he goes to the other show. But we'll see.
I just like you're not using him in a tag team where he's if we're thinking about it in the big picture, should be being used.
100%.
Yeah. Doesn't get used. Partner gets released. Even if you release partner, honestly would have been a great trainer. Like what? Drew
Yeah.
Gulak's been a trainer, hasn't been on he's on NXT training, but
Yeah, he's a manager
yeah,
basically.
he is basically a manager. It's like there are certain people I feel like you shouldn't cut.
Just change the role.
Like Shelton.
Yeah.
Shelton should not have been cut whatsoever. And I feel like we needed to go through and kind of it like in Dolph's situation too. There was no way Dolph wasn't still going to wrestle somewhere in my opinion. Like he's totally probably going to AEW. Couldn't see him going anywhere else.
Well, his brother's there.
Yeah, it
His
makes
situation was a little different too because his contract silently expired in May.
There is a part of me that wants to see Dolph Ziggler hit the independent scene, Matt Cardona style, and just see how he does. You know what I mean?
I
He's
mean,
more over than Matt
Yeah,
Cardona
exactly.
was. So I don't. In my opinion, there's no need to do that when you can be established and get paid somewhere else.
Ooh.
And Tony Khan will throw money at literally anybody.
Go to GCW, go to NWA, get an NWA
Ain't no
World
way
I
he's
mean,
gonna get
hey,
that
if we
face
get
cut
if we
open.
get the Nemeth brothers versus the Gun Club,
That'd be
that'd be a
cool.
pretty good match.
I
That's
just,
don't-
he
I just
could,
don't care for Ryan
he
Nemeth.
could join Bullet Club too.
Good. He
Good.
looks like a gun.
Yeah, he looks like he could join Bullet Club
I mean-
or Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, you're
Is that what we're
wearing the
calling it?
leader shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing the leader shirt. I like him. Honestly, I like Bullet Club Gold. I like everyone in Bullet Club Gold. Those ass boys, pretty cool. I don't like that I said that sentence.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and bring it back.
Dem
But,
ass
Um,
boys.
I mean-
but Shelton Benjamin was a big name. Dolph Ziggler was a big name. Matt Riddle,
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali, who had a match at No Mercy. What
No,
did they
he
get
yeah,
got-
he
him
did
well, he
have
got
a match in No
replaced.
Mercy.
to? By who?
Dragon Lee.
Yeah,
Dragon Lee.
which I think was in preparation because
Here.
he had been crying out for a release for a long time, but I felt he was getting his.
He was.
That
He
was
was going to
so
go back to the
long
main
ago.
roster. He was totally good. The way he was getting pushed there. Okay, my opinion. Dragon Lee, Mustafa Ali. You don't watch NXT. I still like Mustafa
I still
Ali,
know that
but
Dragon Lee is.
he's
probably
in that
better.
he's related to Roosh.
Okay.
So they're both brothers, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Such a good freaking. He's so hard hitting and does like. If anyone takes the title off Dami, which hopefully not, because Dami, if you haven't heard, Dami still deserves a treat.
I've already explained who's gonna take the.
How about Dami just make that a 2,000-day title reign? Maybe
2000.
2,000.
You want to know who I'm disappointed about?
Call it the Dami World Title, even.
Yes, Zach. Why don't you go ahead and take us away from this part of the conversation?
Rick Boogs.
Oh, thank God.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
We got such a good memory out of that, so that's the only part that I hate, because every time he came on screen, we just had to yell, "Rick Boogs!"
No, it started at the Royal Rumble. So I had actually taken a little bit of a break. I had taken a break in 2020 because I didn't care for the pre-Thunderdome version of wrestling, right? The completely crowdless,
Dimmadome.
no fake noise, all that stuff. I briefly checked out a couple things going on in the Thunderdome, but I still wasn't in it fully, which means a lot of those people that were coming in, like Ridge Holland and Rick Boogs and like all these people, I didn't know what was going on. And then the Royal Rumble came to St. Louis in 2022, and I at the time, barely knew anyone who was in the ring. And then all of a sudden,
that was your natural, genuine reaction when his name came up on the
his
screen?
name came up, and I go,
Who
who
is
the hell
Rick
is
Boogs?
Rick Boogs? Like, what kind of name is that? And it just became a running joke amongst us. I didn't know who that was. I didn't know who Ridge Holland was. Someone explained to me that Butch was Pete Dunne or something like that at the time.
God, he
Like
actually
half that
wasn't in the
Rumble.
Thunderdome era.
Yeah, like half that Rumble, I just didn't know what was going on.
There were so many.
That was even before the Brawling Brutes was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so good memories with Rick Boogs. And the meme is that I don't like Rick Boogs. In reality, I actually was very impressed with his work. I thought he looked very good. He looked like a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite release, that sounds so bad actually. My favorite release was Matt Riddle.
The thing is, it's very sad, and we don't condone anyone losing their job or their livelihood. However,
Correct.
specifically Matt Riddle, it was seeming more and more, the more we learned month over month, that he was just problematic. And actually, when TKO formed the new parent company of UFC and WWE,
Oh, that's even better. Dana probably got him fired.
One of the
Let's go.
One of the first things we thought about was how Matt Riddle left the UFC on bad terms. So how is this
The
going to
video of
affect
Dana
it?
White basically coming out and saying why he got fired from UFC started spawning again. Like it was.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help that all of these allegations are coming out of you being a horrible person. Dang, I'm going in. Getting political. But, like, look, dude, you need to probably grow up a little, dude. I don't know. Don't get mad at airport security, which I agree. Sometimes they kind of suck.
And when you see this, Matt Riddle, let us know in the comments your response.
Also, comment your favorite strand of weed, because you can be smoking that all the time now.
Great, thank you. Yeah. All right. Any other releases before we kind of jump in?
Dana Brooke.
Elias.
No, I said the ones we care.
Okay.
Okay, they didn't say anything about Ezekiel. Is that Dana
Hey,
Brooks?
I'm just letting you know.
Masse.
Oh, okay.
He broke kayfabe.
He did break kayfabe, but
On his tweet, he
Yeah, I
said he
saw
got
that.
to play his brother Ezekiel.
I saw that, and that's how dare he break the hearts of.
Hold on. I just found this out right now.
Yeah, he did reveal that.
Live reaction.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He did.
Hold on a second.
He did reveal that.
Hold on. Before we get any further, what the hell are you trying to tell me?
Ezekiel, remember the whole storyline with Kevin Owens around Elias just.
I saw the both of them in one place at one time.
Elias actually came out and admitted that he was in fact Ezekiel.
Hold on. Now I'm really confused. They were both in the same place at one time. I saw Ezekiel run off the screen, and then I saw Elias run into picture. They were both right there. There were no cuts even.
This is the same guy.
Same guy.
So you're telling me in the span of a second, he ran around the camera, shaved his beard, and changed?
Eddie, can I talk to you about Santa Claus for
I
a second?
hate everything.
Do you know?
Hold on. No.
Do you know about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? The Tooth Fairy, specifically the Tooth Fairy.
You heard that rattling? That was
Yo, I
Eddie's
still have
Taco Bell bag
I still
on
have
the
a
side.
tooth to lose, by the way.
Do you?
No.
Oh, okay, good. I was gonna be very worried.
So moving on.
Yeah, all right, we'll get off the Tooth Fairy.
Rock.
Yeah, so The Rock returned on SmackDown. That was kind of cool. We got that.
So.
Yeah, I know you don't really care because
The
No,
only
I
thing
do
that
care
made
about
me
The Rock.
mad,
yeah,
which I think in general, is that he was on the Pat McAfee show earlier that day
yeah.
and confirmed that it was supposed to be him versus Roman at WrestleMania 39.
You know what I hate even more?
What?
This. Why Austin Theory? Why? Why?
That he got
Why?
that rub?
Why, though? Like, honestly.
Hey, do you want to go over his accomplishments over the last just 4 years?
Sure, he's from Atlanta.
Two-time United States champion.
Two-time United States champion.
Money in the
I've
Bank
never
winner.
been.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's had a match with Stone Cold.
Okay.
He's been in a segment with The Rock.
He didn't have a match with Stone Cold. He was in a segment
Yeah.
with Stone Cold.
So, but still.
Okay, John
He had a
Cena.
match
Yeah,
with
it
Pat
was-
McAfee.
John Cena.
And then he had a match with John
Rock.
Cena. Like, the trifecta almost. Like,
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Because he's the future, according to Vince McMahon,
He's
whose
from
opinion still
Atlanta.
matters.
That's all I know about him. And that Grayson Waller is trying as hard as he can to make him relevant.
They finally, what did we say the other week? They finally, A-Town Down Under. That's their,
did they really?
they said it on one of their social medias. A-Town Down Under.
Hey, we get credit for that.
We
What
do.
if Grayson gets buried because of this? What if? What?
Who
Why?
cares?
I
Grayson
like
Waller
Grayson
is
Waller.
okay.
You know the
He's better than Austin Theory.
That-
You know
well,
the
that's because
Austin Theory
isn't
meme?
Okay.
with his entrance, the I be popping bottles.
No. Oh man.
Oh, that.
No, his theme song people have made it was I be popping bottles, popping it to me.
Welcome
But
to
he
Burger King.
referenced it on SmackDown in the backstage segment. And everyone
Did he
went
really?
crazy about
That's
it.
funny.
If he did the rendition for that, the "May I please get a Whopper Junior with onion rings," and then that, then that.
Dude, if he could get a Burger King sponsorship, he'll go right back to the main event.
God, he would still look less stupid, if we're gonna be honest, if he wore that crown to the ring.
Hey, Austin Theory, if you want to have a debate with Eddie on our podcast, contact us at twoheavyproductions@gmail.com.
Triangle: Matt Riddle, Austin Theory, me. Debate.
What are you even going to talk about with them?
We're
Table
all
for
three gonna be
three?
talking about certain things.
This is a Table for 3 episode that's on the network, and it's just
Yeah.
you in there.
Wait, hold on. Let me look this up.
He's from Atlanta. Matt Riddle's from probably.
Guesses?
Mile High Club.
I just remember I just knew when he was a UFC fighter, he wrestled out of Las Vegas, so I didn't know where the hell he was from.
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
That
Allen?
actually makes sense why he's a wrestling
His
fan.
middle
then.
name is Frederick.
What's his actual first name? Is it actually
It's
Matthew?
His name is Matthew Riddle.
I watched the UFC. I don't know why I even asked that
I
question.
was like, that wasn't a stage name. That was
Yeah,
his real
no,
name.
I knew that.
All right,
Matthias.
but that was a major part of the releases. There were other names, but they weren't doing anything.
Marseille Mansois.
Yeah, they did what they could with that gimmick. That was literally they did what they were able to do.
LA Knight said he hated.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see all of the? So they started going live on Twitch and everything, and then on either Instagram or Twitter, I don't remember. They started releasing some of their concept videos for gimmicks that they wanted to do, and one of them was like FBI agents. There's like a
Hold on.
There's like a 5-minute. There's like a 5-minute promo that they filmed that they released.
No, there's a reason why I'm saying hold on. So they're ripping off Breezango, essentially. That's kind of what they're.
No, because they weren't doing fashion police. They were doing like actual like suits, FBI agents. The video I saw was like someone in the trunk of a car. It was like a whole.
Yeah, but like if we're being honest, it's kind of it's kind of on the same.
Basing it from the
lines.
characters they are now to what they would have been after, it makes sense.
Like,
Although
I'm not saying I didn't even hate them, by the way. I actually liked them.
The fashion police was over.
It was
dude.
over as
I
hell.
loved the
Honestly, you could have brought them to NXT and they probably could have won titles even. Probably
Theo
not,
Madden
but
deserved a little bit more because he had to be Mace, Theo Madden.
Oh yeah,
He had to be Mace and then went to Marseille.
yeah. Is there anyone that didn't get released that we think should have?
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, there's
Besides
probably a
Austin
good
Theory.
list,
I
but
hate
it's
that.
not. It's
Who
again
did
like
you say?
what?
Did you say a name just now? He was talking.
No, I was saying we probably all have people that we think probably just aren't doing enough that they should do it anymore.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I just like reciting things that she said, but Nikki Cross, I feel like she should have gotten the boot, dude.
Probably, because she just got that degree in whatever anyway. She could have gone and pursued that.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say because again I don't want anyone's job because not
Right.
everyone's guaranteed something outside of WWE.
Yeah.
But
whether wrestling related or otherwise.
right, so I mean there wasn't anybody who instantly popped up on my list. But
For me, it was Shinsuke. I wish he would have gotten released. I don't see.
I know you don't. That was based off last week's episode, but we're in this week, so let's continue.
Here, I'm looking up the roster and I'm just gonna go down the line of who I think should be
Or
released.
at this point, like John Cena, he probably could have gotten released. He hasn't won a match in how?
John Cena.
TKO or Endeavor is just like nah.
Yeah, we don't look at his record. They just look. They don't even know the name. They just look at the record. And he's like, oh, he hasn't won a match in
The
5
big
years.
question now is make room for someone else.
Like to pay the Rock's salary to get him like 6 months of TV time or
I
something.
mean
like
the obvious question is
if they're because he didn't
Nick
have
Khan did comment on that recently.
Well, he didn't have a bad exit from UFC, right?
Right.
CM Punk left UFC on
and he's
good
still
terms.
doing commentary for you, like Cage Fighter.
Yeah, not UFC, but Cage.
Odyssey Jones. That's someone.
Who was that?
That was
He was
very flamboyant.
No.
Oh, wasn't?
Mhm. No, it wasn't.
Who's Odyssey Jones?
Odyssey Jones was a guy who was in the NXT Breakout tournament. The same one. Carmelo Hayes beat him to win the Breakout tournament.
Who's the guy I'm thinking of?
You are thinking of Quincy Elliott.
Oh, Quincy. Okay.
Ooh, I love Quincy Elliott.
They look very similar.
Quincy Elliott is really good. I love Quincy Elliott's character.
What's wrong with what I'm saying? I thought they looked the same.
They're just certain. Reggie. There's
Reggie?
another one. Reggie's still in the WWE.
No, that's Axiom.
No, that's someone else again.
I'm kidding. I'm starting to make you mad.
No, that one didn't make me as mad as the last one.
Um,
I'm trying to find more people. There actually aren't that many people on this list who I think should get released. That sounds bad too. Zion Quinn, there's another one. He was in the they didn't know what to do during the Thunderdome era, so they put him and Shane Thorne as a team, and they won matches on Raw. Yeah, Exhibit A. Any questions?
fair enough.
I'll be like Clayton. Should release The Miz.
No. If you want to do a good Clayton impression, here's a good Clayton impression. Zach, say any wrestler's name that I know.
Mic.
What?
Say any wrestler's name that I know.
John Cena.
John Cena is a rich man's Ric Flair. That's my Clayton impression. That he just says something is a poor man's or a rich man's something else. And then you move on. That's it. That's all Clayton does. He just says controversial thing.
They should release Logan
Don't worry, I
Paul.
love you, Clayton.
That ain't happening.
They should have released Logan Paul. You know he found a body in the Suicide Forest and filmed it?
Oh my god.
Great.
Why do we have to bring that up?
Because he should be released.
Okay.
Obviously.
Well, we're going to go ahead and move on. Was there anything that happened on Raw or SmackDown this week that we really need to talk about?
My only notable thing is that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn decided to pop back up on SmackDown.
Talk about someone who should have been released.
They showed up. I didn't even know they showed up.
They had a promo, but they are basically playing in their title loss to the curse of the tag team titles.
So there's because
they're
people
witches.
Yeah. Who's witches?
Them two.
Dude,
Alba
those
Fire
two.
and Isla Dawn are witches?
Yeah, they have witch.
Well,
they're
Alba
witch
Fire
characters.
is a witch. No, I got that wrong. Isla Dawn was a witch. She's always been a witch. That's her gimmick. She's a
Okay.
witch.
What about Alba Fire?
Alba Fire was just kind of there to party, and then Isla
Well,
Dawn got.
But now they're both playing as witches.
Yeah, now
but they
Isla
basically
Dawn turned her
said,
into a witch.
"Oh, do you really think?" Or just said, "What do you think the reason is for the curse of the tag team titles?"
Honestly,
and then,
Nikki could be the ringleader of them.
I mean,
We're gonna be honest.
I mean,
There you go.
May Young gave birth to a hand, and then 20 years later, we saw it in a backstage. I can't really question too much about.
yeah.
Why are we in the time we're
Like
in
we
right
have
now?
said, like we have said, wrestling right now I think is in a very transitional stage because the Endeavor thing just happened. They're we're still only 2 weeks into the actual merger have taken place.
Vince McMahon is absolutely out of his mind.
Yeah, we can move into that a little bit because did you hear what he said during the company call?
He was wanting to sell. Are you talking about he was wanting to sell it because he thought the product was stale?
Yeah, he said the company became stagnant, so he said he wanted to sell it because.
Why does he keep getting his hands on it? That's
that was
god.
that was
Like,
his way of trying to convince anyone who will listen that when he didn't have his hands on it, it got stagnant, which just was not true.
You want to talk about something controversial for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, we're
So
already.
this happened today, but
Oh, I know. This is breaking news.
so Shawn Michaels' Twitter page,
I saw that.
yeah,
I saw
What
that.
happened?
it liked a tweet
It was
that said
anti-Steph.
something. Yeah, it said that what makes you think that Stephanie McMahon should take over the company? She showed she could barely run the company herself.
Yeah.
But then it came out after he unliked the tweet that supposedly someone else runs his Twitter
Oh,
account.
not supposedly. Someone else definitely.
Yeah.
runs.
Maybe it was like a ha funny. Like that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, if you think about it,
Like-
that's his best friend's wife. He's not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels himself is not gonna knowingly like that. Even if he even if he is of the same opinion, which he probably isn't. I feel like he probably has a lot of respect for her.
Right.
I do. I thought she did fine in her role.
Also, I have to cancel the segment I only did one time like 5 months ago. Is who's better than Top Dollar?
Oh,
Flop
yeah.
Dollar?
Apparently,
got-
Ashante the Adonis is
Yeah,
better than Top
He didn't
Dollar.
get released.
Neither did
didn't
BFAB.
either. And she
Yeah.
isn't even like an actual, like she doesn't,
Clayton sent me the most vulgar picture I've ever seen in my life off of his
Yes.
Instagram too.
with him
So
saying,
I
"Oh,
saw-
I guess go
NWA
look at
title,
that
I'm on my
'cause
way."
we're not putting it up on here. I'm just gonna
No.
let you know
Matt,
that.
No, we're
put it
not.
up.
Yeah.
Nope.
Zach,
All
right
right,
I'm
here.
not
link
getting. Hey,
Boom.
Instead
we've
of the
only
too
been
heavy
on here
logo,
for
make
6
that
months
our.
or what 9 months now. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not getting rid
Instead
of
of
this.
the too heavy logo in the intro, put that picture.
Please.
I mean,
make that our new
technically-
profile picture.
Technically, it doesn't break rules. He isn't.
No,
Dude,
it just
anyway.
it's just freaking
Just
stupid.
gross. He's just
Yeah.
gross.
He was on a cruise.
He's
Was he on a
gross.
cruise?
No, he was on his balcony.
He was on his balcony. That's a really nice balcony. I'll give him that. I like your balcony more than the.
I'm saying,
everything
what do you
else.
think their plan? Okay, we'll talk about this. What do you think their plans are with BFAB and Ashante?
Ashante's good enough to be a singles wrestler. I've always thought that.
Do you think he would be put in with the Bobby Lashley situation? Maybe
They
because we
kinda-
always talk about who would be the
A
fourth.
female piece would help with that.
Is BFAB the girl?
Yes, BFAB's the girl.
Oh, my bad. I
BFAB
had that
though, the weird
flipped.
part about her is that she's only strictly been the manager role and has only gotten into matches when it was a 3-on-3, and she hasn't had really any singles matches.
The only thing I was really no, she hasn't had any singles matches. The only thing I really liked about Hit Row that once they returned, I realized it immediately after their first week, and that was the week. I think the week after was the week we went to SmackDown.
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Swerve really made that group, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Swerve's so good at everything, and maybe not everything, but he's really good at just being heel. Just putting that leadership role, made everything kind of work with that group. I'm not saying Ashante is bad in any way. I'm not saying BFAB is bad. Top Dollar, there are a lot of people better than Top Dollar. I don't know why you asked everybody like they wouldn't answer, because I'd totally answer.
The one thing that confused me about Top Dollar's release, even though it wasn't about
Allah.
Yeah, it's
Dollar,
not top dollar.
that even though on a wrestling related thing, he hosted like all the A&E shows.
He did, but they released him the first time they released him. He was hosting all those A&E shows.
So maybe he'll be an A&E employee and still work as a.
Based off
Yeah.
the picture he posted, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's gonna go challenge EC3 for the NWA World
Oh,
Series.
gross! Ew.
Is that a match you want to see?
I no.
It's in an old school bra and panties match.
Oh well, per his new uniform.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And why aren't you in uniform?
Sorry.
Oh,
uh,
this episode's going
I
downhill.
know we are very scatterbrained right
well,
now.
they're just here's the deal.
There's
Here's
too many
why.
releases, dude. There's so
It's
much
not,
to talk
it's
about.
not even about the releases. There just wasn't a lot that
Ugh.
happened. Like
That's what
storylines.
I was getting
Storylines
at.
kind of progressed a little bit, but like
Well,
LA Knight being out with COVID did not help anything. So we don't know what's going on with the whole John Cena versus the Bloodline thing. We also aren't exactly sure what's going on with Jimmy Uso in the Bloodline because Roman Reigns is nowhere to be seen.
Well, that's what I'm getting at is that when I say that we're in a transitional phase, it's because like Raw is stagnant, like hard, and maybe that's what Vince is talking about. But like Raw hasn't been above a C for me for a while, and then SmackDown isn't bad, but it's been so weirdly paced, and the endings made no sense to any of the episodes the last few weeks.
You guys watch a lot more like you guys will actually tune into Raw and SmackDown.
I didn't
I-
this week, but
I
yes,
can't.
normally.
I've been
can't.
only watching
Well, so here's the thing.
things.
Here's well,
clips.
now that the Cardinals are out of the playoff contention,
Yeah.
I will usually have Raw or SmackDown on in the background while I'm playing a game or hanging out with my sister. It's usually not front and center, so I will have it here so that
Yep.
if something big or major happens, like The Rock comes out, I can tune in real quick. I'll have it on my iPad, turn up the volume, watch what I need to watch, turn it back down.
It's
While
there.
yes, I'll have it up. It's not the main thing I'm doing that night unless I know something.
See, I could
Premium
totally
live event. I apologize.
I could totally do that. That's the thing.
should do
Everything
that.
you're talking, I could totally do that.
I suggest
I
it.
just-
It's a good way to keep up with it.
It's not like if I don't see a match I really want to watch, which
Which Kofi
Like-
Kingston versus Ivar was a great match from Raw.
how far is up? Regardless of what I say, the Viking Raiders aren't getting pushed. So
They're getting more TV time than they have been ever.
Also, Karrion Kross didn't get released. That was another one I was kind of surprised about. If I'm going to be honest.
So weirdly enough, you guys probably didn't see it, but on his Instagram, when John Cena was coming out this last episode of SmackDown, he posted on his Instagram him basically pondering backstage or while John Cena was doing his entrance.
Oh, if he's the first person to lose to Cena, that is just
Oh man,
that is just.
Will you give up on
that is-
Karrion Kross for the third time this year?
I've already given up on Karrion Kross.
Yeah. but-
No, I'm not going back into Karrion Kross until I see him beat people who matter.
he beat AJ
He
Styles.
beat AJ Styles, but then they continued the story, and I'm like, oh, well, this is gonna
Yeah,
go
but then the
bad.
next week they had a
Yeah.
freaking 6-minute match.
Yeah, and
And
then
he lost.
like
Yeah.
if you choke out AJ Styles in the crowd and drag him with you, I'm going to think, hey, this guy may actually win based off that
and
alone.
then you don't.
And then you get a 6-minute
He's
match,
the healed.
which didn't have to be 6 minutes. Oh no, let's just give the Bloodline an hour. Let's just give them there's an hour that you get.
I think Karrion Kross is going to slip into that Dolph Ziggler role from before this last calendar year, where they're going to just put him wherever they need him.
And he needs to oversell to get in. Like he just needs to oversell for him
Oh,
to be
yeah.
used. Ah, I hate. Yeah, they should have released him.
The state of wrestling is so good that like part of it is just it's hard to believe that some of it can be winged off.
Well, the thing is, when you look at 2023 in general, the highs were so high that what we think we're seeing as lows are really just mids.
Yeah.
Like wrestling, like Raw and SmackDown right now are okay. They are decent. They are pretty good, depending week over week. We haven't really had a bad Raw or SmackDown. It's just that when things were good, when you think about Raw and SmackDown from January through April through WrestleMania and even through Backlash, really, when you think of all of that, it was just so high and so good that we're on the fall from that. And so what is just good or just okay is seeming worse than it is.
Yeah.
Oh, also, just glanced at the active roster one more time. Apparently, Funaki is an active wrestler still. So,
Active wrestler or commentator?
well, this is the WWE roster. Oh no, yeah, it's
Yeah,
everyone.
he's on
Never mind.
Japanese
Because if you're on
commentary.
Yeah.
everyone, they have commentators too. He's on the
Yeah,
Japanese
Japanese commentary.
commentary team. Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, though,
Also, that's Kung Fu Naki.
well, it doesn't say Kung Fu Naki on here, dude.
Saying.
But I think that's really all I can say we even need to talk about at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we really need to touch up on for this week. I would say at this point, I'm cautiously optimistic for the rest of the year. I'm not exactly excited for it yet. We're in mid-September, late September, really. October, November, December. We got 3 months left. Survivor Series is going to be in that. Survivor Series is probably going to be really good, especially because it's in Chicago, which means some people
It's
might
probably
show
War
up.
Games again.
Some people could show up in Chicago at Survivor Series. But overall, I'm cautiously optimistic for the rest of the year. We'll see what happens with this main event. I think that next year we'll have a similar pattern of this year. Once we hit Royal Rumble season, we'll get really excited about who's in the main event, what's going on. We'll go through WrestleMania, and we'll see how the back half of next year looks like.
I like waiting for just certain, like, the Hell in a Cell's in December, right? That's
Are they
what they're
doing-
doing.
I don't think they're
I was
doing
gonna
Hell in a
say, they
Cell as a
wanted to get
pay-per-view
rid of-
anymore.
They're-
Even though they're doing Elimination Chamber in Australia,
That's a different situation.
yeah, they wanted
though.
to get rid of like Hell in a Cell pay-per-views, DLC, and they wanted to get rid of all
I thought
those.
they were doing something special in December, though.
There probably
I
will be
thought-
a December pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Unless this is the last year they're doing it, but like Elimination Chamber is not just a match that anyone can have. Hell in a Cell
Yeah.
is, so they're taking these stipulation matches
Yeah.
away from being an actual
TLC,
pay-per-view.
yeah, TLC matches. Hell in a
TLC is
Cell.
usually in December.
That's what's realistically been in December, but I thought they made something that's normally not in December.
Well, December
Hey.
December to
Dismember.
Dismember.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to talk about.
New Year's Revolution.
Okay,
Like,
I was actually
ECW.
going to say, hey, real talk.
yeah,
December to Dismember. Bring it back.
yeah, bring back
There was
that
an
old-
elimination chamber there.
Yeah, they had an elimination
Yeah.
chamber match there. So
Hardcore elimination chamber.
it
what
was
is
so
it?
good.
We're all
Bobby,
my hardcore
Bobby-
Holly simps.
Bobby Lashley won, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all my
Uh,
hardcore Holly
So
simps, dude.
in a surprising feat, I don't think there is a December scheduled pay.
I'm not actually
We'll write
that.
it. We'll
I'm-
make one.
Yeah, we'll make one better
Tune
than...
into the Too Heavy Premium Live event, December 14th. Well, what day is that?
We're calling it December 14th.
December 14th.
That's my mom's birthday. We can't do it that day.
December 14th is a Thursday. Tune into our
No, that's my mom's birthday. We can't do it that day.
Tune into Too Heavy Presents Eddie's Mom's Birthday, December 14th.
There's an NXT
Can't
pay-per-view
Do it that. There's an NXT pay-per-view.
in December.
What
but
is it
there's
called?
no
Is it
deadline.
December to Dismember? Because they can't
Is it
take
Heat
that.
Wave?
No, it's called Deadline.
Oh, I thought
They
they were
made
gonna,
that one.
They're not going to steal another
Oh, n-
2000s pay-per-view name and pretend like it's new. They're not
That's-
going to do Cyber Sunday.
that's the concept that Shawn Michaels made.
Oh,
I think that's his equivalent of the championship scrambles.
Well,
They did that
then-
one time,
well, then I'll respect it because Shawn Michaels is.
but he took it from someone.
Who
Like,
But all right.
hold on, actually.
Yeah, one more thing.
I'm pretty sure a wise man once said he's really not goated. In fact, he's a little overrated.
Oh, look. Shut up. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully over the next couple weeks, wrestling will be a little bit more excited. There'll be more for us to talk about. Hopefully that excitement doesn't include people losing their jobs. Like we said, of course, we don't support people losing their livelihoods.
Or breaking something or getting hurt.
Well, that's a little different. Nia Jax is infallible and does no wrong. But thanks for joining me, Eddie and Zach. Eddie, why don't you go ahead and hit us with those socials before we jump out of here?
All
Since we didn't
right.
do it at the beginning.
You're going to follow us. You will follow us
You
on
will follow
Twitter,
us.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And you're going to tune in with us each and every week on Spotify and Apple Music.
And Podbean.
Podbean.
Allegedly Podbean. That's what
Allegedly?
my brother listens to us on Podbean.
What a Podbean. Don't answer that.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Hey.
Turn off your camera. It's my time.
Apparently, turn off your camera and zoom in.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, whatever. Matt Riddle, that was a challenge. You and me, not in a wrestling match, because you would actually kill me. So not that, but a debate. A meeting of the minds, a game of wits. I don't know what yet. You pick the topic. In Austin Theory, you will referee
Why?
because Matt Riddle and I will actually make a team and turn on him because his gimmick is. Aren't you supposed to be out of here? Actually,
Not. Hold on. Bring it back to me.
hold on. Austin Theory's from Atlanta. Did you forget that?
Nia Jax. Let's talk for a second.